Welcome to Dual Diagnosis Anonymous. My name is Johnny, and I am dual diagnosed, and I'll be facilitating this meeting. Can we please take a moment of silence, followed by the serenity prayer? God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Today's topic is managing your stressors. Stress is something that we all have to deal with on a daily basis. In this day and age, with everything going on, there's a lot of people stressed out even more than they've ever been. Stress is something that we have to live with. There's the different types of stress. There's the healthy stress of everyday life situations, and then there's unnecessary stress, which is unhealthy stress. It's easy to stress out over things when you're not managing your stressors. Stressors are like triggers. Once it's triggered, it goes on and on and on until something snaps. So today I want to help you all understand that a lot of people have to sit at home, which is causing them to be stressed out because they're not used to sitting at home. You have people that's working still, like myself, in the hospital. We are always stressed because we don't know what we're getting from one minute to the next. But this was before the corona even took place. There's people that go to work so they don't have to sit at home with their children. They're stressing out right now. There's people whose money is running low and they don't know where they're going to get their next meal from. And they're stressing out. This epidemic has affected a lot of people, a lot of businesses. I know I've been doing my part as far as supporting them to try to help relieve a little bit of that stress. A lot of my yards that I cut, I do it to help people more than to charge them, because I understand how stressful things can be. But in order to understand how to manage your stress, we really got to understand the definition of it. Stress is simply a reaction to a stimulus that disturbs our physical or mental equilibrium. In other words, it's an omnipresent part of life. A stressful event can trigger the fight or flight response, causing hormones such as adrenaline and cortisol to surge through the body. The greatest weapon against stress is the ability to choose one thought over the other. That's a quote that I came across from William James. Everyone experiences stress. Sometimes it can help you to focus and get the task done. But when stress is frequently and intense, it can strain your body and make it impossible to function. Finding effective ways to deal with is crucial to living well. Stress affects your entire body, mentally as well as physically. Some common signs include these: headaches, trouble sleeping, jaw pain, changes in appetite, frequent mood swings, difficulty concentrating, and feeling overwhelmed. When experiencing long-term stress, your brain is exposed to increased levels of hormones called corticals. This exposure weakens your immune system, makes it easier for you to get sick. Stress can contribute to worsening symptoms of your mental illness. For example, in schizophrenia, it can encourage hallucinations and delusions, while in bipolar disorder, it can trigger episodes of both mania and depression. Knowing what situations Knowing the situations because is the first step in coping with the very common experience. People are most susceptible to stress when they are not getting enough sleep, not having a network of support, experiencing a major life change such as moving, the death of a loved one, starting a new job, having a child, or getting married, experiencing poor physical health, not eating well, are losing your livelihood due to coronavirus. Everyone has his or her own threshold. Certain things that may upset you out might not even make. Excuse me. Everyone is everyone has his or her own threshold. Certain things that may upset you might not even make your friends raise an eyebrow. Some people are affected when they experience large crowds and noisy environments, while others react to silence and free time. Developing a personalized approach to reducing stress can help you manage your mental health condition and improve your quality of life. Once you've learned what your triggers are, experiment with coping strategies. And here are a few. Accept your needs. Recognize what your triggers are. What situations make you feel physically and mentally agitated? Once you know this, you can avoid them when it's reasonable and to cope when you can't. Manage your time. Prioritizing your activities can help you use your time well. Making a day-to-day schedule helps ensure you don't feel overwhelmed by everyday tasks and deadlines. Practice relaxation. Deep breathing, meditation, and progressive muscle relaxation are good ways to calm you. Taking a break to refocus can have benefits beyond the immediate moment. Exercise daily. Schedule time to walk outside, bike, or join a dance class. Whatever you do, make sure it's fun. Daily exercise naturally produces stress relieving hormones in your body and it can improve your overall physical health. Set aside time for yourself. Schedule something that makes you feel good. It might be reading a book, go to a movie, get a massage, or take your dog for a walk. Eat well. Eating unprocessed foods like whole grains, vegetables, and fresh fruit is the foundation for a healthy body and mind. Eating well can also help stabilize your mood. Get enough sleep. Symptoms of some mental health conditions like mania and bipolar disorder can be triggered by getting too little sleep. Avoid alcohol and drugs by all costs. They don't actually reduce your stress. In fact, they often worsen it. If you're struggling with substance abuse, educate yourself and get help. Talk to someone, whether to a friend, family, or a counselor, or a support group. Airing out and talking can help. Consider attending NAMI Connection or a recovery support group like DDA, Alcoholic Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous. If these steps you've taken aren't working, it may be time to share with your mental health professional. He or she can help pinpoint specific events that trigger you to help you create an action plan to change them. Everybody that I know has to deal with stress. I know a lot of people are in relationships now that's really causing them to be stressed out. A lot of people are having to step outside their comfort zone, which is really causing them to be stressed out. You know, I've been doing devotionals and God has been putting it in my heart to share about the children of Israel. Sometimes things happen to see how we can, to better us. But instead of us looking at it as something to grow from, we look at it as something to stress from. Stress over the things that's important. Don't stress over the things that's not important. Remember the serenity prayer. Try to recite it. Google it. Do whatever you got to do. Because some of these things that's going on in this world, we can't control. But some of the things that we got going on in our lives, we can control. If it's someone that's in your life that's stressing you out, the best thing to do is just get away from them. But love them from a distance. Ain't nothing wrong with loving somebody from a distance. It doesn't mean that you don't love them. It just means that you have to put some room in between you and them because the relationship is toxic. Children, you gotta love them. Do they get on our nerves? Yes. But then think back when you was a child. Who nerves did you get on? You know, what goes around comes around. If you stressed out somebody, it might be somebody put in your life just to stress you out. But it's not to tear you down. It's to show you that you have some things that you need to work on. I try to tell people, quit saying that you're working on yourself when you know that you're not, because all you're doing is stressing yourself out. But if you do what you say you're doing, you don't have to worry about stress. I was just telling my mom that I just cut about 8 yards on Friday. I wanted to sit home today and do nothing. I just wanted to relax because I found myself being stressed out. But when I go out and I do a good job and the people come out and they thank me and want to know when can I come back again or give me a date to come back again, for some reason that stress goes away because job well done. Most people that practice what they preach don't stress out too much. Most people that say that they're doing things and not doing what they say they're doing stress out because they know that they're not living a life. They know that they're living a lie. Let me just be honest with you. They just living a lie. So before I close, I want to apologize to the DDA members for being late on the video. But you know, sometimes life happens. But regardless of what goes on, life still goes on. And recovery is my priority. I was stressing out because I wasn't able to make this video yesterday, but in order for me to get rid of that stress, I made sure that I did it today. And I want to thank my secretary, Miss Debbie, for encouraging me and checking on me, because she knows that she's my backbone. Just like I'm there to encourage you all, I'm glad that you're there to encourage me. I want to thank you, Thomas, for reaching out to me as well. And for the rest of my members, make sure you stay connected. Don't get so busy that you forget about DDA. Because you all know, through the hustle and bustle of everyday life, before all of this happened, that Friday meeting, that was our stress reliever. There was a place where we could go where we can just air it all out and not worry about a thing. And just like y'all know, anonymity is one of the spiritual foundations that we practice. What goes on in the rooms, with DDA, stays in DDA. I want to thank you all for tuning into this channel. This is my first take. I don't rehearse. I don't do any of that. I just speak what's on my mind, what's on my heart. I allow God to use me to carry the message. And that's something that I'm grateful for. Because when you put God first, for some reason, things are not as stressful. But when you put God second, you'll always be stressed out. So as I close, I'd like to close out in my normal way with the Lord's Prayer. I have to step back just for a second because I forgot about just for today. Just for today, I will focus on my DDA recovery program of the 12 steps plus 5. Just for today, I will remain clean and sober, and if I am taking medications, I will do so as prescribed. Just for today, I will keep an open mind and be willing to listen to the advice of my DDA support group, my prescriber, and my clinician. Just for today, I will allow myself to have faith in someone in the DDA program who has faith in me and my recovery. Just for today, I will have a program. I recognize that I may make mistakes along the way, but I will follow the DDA program to the best of my ability. Just for today, I will utilize the DDA program of shared experiences, strength, solidarity, and hope in order to gain a better perspective on my life. Just for today, I will not dwell on the past nor place undue concern on the future. Just for today, I will not grant fear or worry space in my thoughts by choosing to live one day at a time. And by following the principles of DDA, I need not be afraid. Just for today, I will see how working an honest program is helping others and allow the blessings of my higher power to flow throughout my life. Just for today, I will allow myself to be me. I will accept myself for whom I am and where I am. I will allow others the same courtesy, that they may be free to grow, and that I may be free from the burden of resentment. Just for today, I will live and let live. If I become unable to do this when I will place my trust in my higher power and remind myself to just let go and let God. Just for today, I will live life on life's terms. And by doing so, I recognize when I need support of symptoms of my DDA of my dual diagnosis, or when I'm in danger of relapse, I will seek help from the fellowship of DDA, my prescriber, and my clinician. Just for today. And as I said before, now we will end it with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. We look forward to seeing you all next week. I love you, DDA. Y'all be blessed.